welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Crystal with the C, back at you with another video. But if you are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am Modesty33, again, aka Crystal with the C. I film at least 2 videos a week, or I put at least 2 videos a week out. One of them is a reaction video. I'm currently reacting to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, also Legion Season 2, and Marvel's Runaways. I do one sit-down video a week. That video is on a plethora of topics. It's reviews on certain items I've purchased, makeup, luxury, movies, television shows, or it could be a faith life moment. So it's just a lot of different things we do here on Modesty33. So if you want to become a part of that, if any of that interests you, make sure you check out my other videos. But most of all, before you click off this video, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. How do you do that? You do that by hitting the red button below and then making sure you hit the bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload future videos. And guys, subscribing is completely free of charge. It just really helps out my channel. So again, guys, I thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today, I'm going to be doing a reaction. I'm going to be reacting to Legion Season 2, Episode 3. That's Chapter 11, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been trying to avoid spoilers. Like today is Saturday, you know, the video, the show came out, or this episode came out on Tuesday. So I've been trying to avoid spoilers. I don't really know much of anything about what happened in episode 3. I know other people have their reactions up now. But it's a lot easier to avoid spoilers for Legion, I find, than S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's so hard. But let's see, episode 2 is still so very abstract, but I'm starting to catch on to a few pieces. So the big part of episode 2 is David got to be face to face with the Shadow King, Amal Farouk. We learned that David is basically like helping the Shadow King and Oliver because the Shadow King is looking for his body, and the Shadow King is trying to find a monk who of the Migo order or something like that, and the monks apparently know where the Shadow King's body is hidden. So the Shadow King believes that the monk is hiding out in Division 3. So that's why the Shadow King tried to break, or like had David create a diversion and lead, you know, most of the division out into the desert, while the Shadow King invaded Division 3, killed a lot of agents, turned one into a pig, and messed up the 2 carries. So now the guy carry has to go inside of the girl carry, as opposed to girl carry going inside the guy carry. So, and now the girl carry is aging more rapidly with this whole process now of them being switched. So don't know if that's going to be fixed. David ended up going into the machine again, went to the future to go talk to Future Sid, gave some very ominous answers to David's questions, and basically said that David kills Amal Farouk, the Shadow King, like a week from that time period. There's like another evil or danger that comes into being, and that they actually need the Shadow King when things turn, because there's not a lot of them left and the whole world is going to be destroyed essentially. So you had that whole scene, and then what else happened in the episode? I think, oh, and then like you kind of learn like some of the questions I guess I had from season 2 are like a lot of the confusion from season 2 about Lenny versus the Shadow King. And so like, because I know people were saying in season 1 that Lenny was not a real person. I always believed Lenny was a real person, just from like everything I was able to piece together from last season's 8 episodes. I just thought that she was killed at the facility, but she was not the same friend that, you know, David was doing drugs with before he got into Clockwork's facility, which is true because they confirmed that last episode when they were in the beginning of the episode, when all 3 of them were talking, Oliver, the Shadow King, and David. And like, you know, like Lenny brings up an old memory that David had, and David would, you know, tells Lenny like, no, that never happened. I never met you until the mental institution. So, you know, that was a false memory. So that was the whole thing. And then you find that like Lenny, as well as other people such as Oliver, and maybe there are some other people that are like absorbed by the Shadow King, their consciousness are. So Lenny is dead, but her consciousness was absorbed by the Shadow King. So like she was like in there and asking the Shadow King to create her a new body. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing, if the Shadow King's going to do that. What else happened this episode? Like I had somebody like comment on my reaction, and like right when I watched the episode again, like I was thinking the same thing. So kudos to you, dude. Like you are like super smart, and I did respond to your comment. But like they were saying that essentially like they believe that the evil that Sydney was talking of, the future Sydney was talking about, is actually going to be David, and that David is the one who like turns, or like maybe he's overtaken in a delusion or something like that happens to him, and the Shadow King is the only one that can stop David, because the Shadow King, you know, again was inside of David for like 30 plus years, you know, controlling him and all. So I actually thought that too, that like when, you know, Sydney was saying like, because David asked her like, okay, well, am I dead in the future? And she was like, oh, it's complicated. And I was like, is David evil in the future? Then like when I watched it back, I'm like, I wonder if is David the evil, because you keep seeing this whole thing from episode 1 and the whole thing with the egg and delusions, and that theme continues to follow through the episodes. And you saw that too with the whole segment where they talked about, you know, red being green. If somebody was taught from their childhood that red is actually green and green is actually red, and how that shapes their perception of the world around them by being taught incorrectly, essentially. So there was a whole lot in that episode. But again, guys, those were like the major portions of the episode. So I look forward to seeing what is going to happen and all the craziness in episode 3. If we're going to get some more Amal Farouk, or like if they're actually going to locate the monk, the people with the chattering teeth that drive me crazy. We will see in a few minutes. So guys, thank you again. I will be back at the end with my review and observations, and I will see you at the end of the episode. All right, guys. Bye.
You've heard of the placebo effect, but are you aware
narration
of the nocebo effect, in which the human body has a negative physical reaction to a suggested harm?
This will make you vomit. This will make you vomit.
Even though it's not anything that will make you vomit, you vomit.
This will make you vomit.
Your mind has the power to create its own physical reality.
This will make you vomit.
This is so good, guys.
Psychologists call it a conversion disorder.
I gotta pull out my DSM now.
In the
But you don't see any more signs.
It's like physically, there's
so
nothing
the
wrong with
question
her,
to you is, if the idea of illness illness, what else about our reality is actually a disorder?
Wow. Go ahead, Legion, with that creativity. Put this together. I like every episode has a different like intro. That's really cool. Part 5. Yes. Is that what the chattering teeth are? The contagion? Look, that coffin almost, or whatever that is, almost looks like an egg. It sounds like Jurassic Park, man. Is there a good explanation for why the body was not destroyed? Ew, what's that?
When I find him, and he tells you where your body is, what are you going to do with it?
Live in it, my dear. South of France, women, money, power.
That's it? No.
This word, villain, do you know where it comes from? C'est français. It means originally one who lives in a village, a peasant. Do I seem like a peasant to you?
You know what I mean.
No, this is important. Language, the meaning of things. You call me a villain, me, the king. Shah Shahan, Olio Hasrat Kharatmat. For decades I rule over my country. I'm a good king, strong but just. My people, they prosper. Then your father, a white man, which is, you tell me, important? He comes. Does he speak our language? Does he know our customs? And he decides what? That my people should have better? That he knows better? Who is he to make such choices?
You fed off me when I was a baby. And I'm supposed to feel what, sorry for you?
Is it such a terrible thing to feel sorrow for your enemy? Well, what is he except a brother with another name?
We're not brothers.
What in the world? Bubbles.
Oh, and be careful with the monk. He's very unsticking, contagious. See this, a madness. They think it's me, that I'm infecting people. That's him. He's toxic. He's like typhoid Mary. But where he goes, I follow. So your friends think that I am the Mary. Not so smart, your friends.
Hello. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
It's David and Carrie.
Got on time.
Do you...
What?
Hello.
And the pants.
It's David.
Too
We're...
much.
Friend here is a memory machine. He remembers every moment of every day. Now, if that was your condition, what might you wish for?
To forget. I mean, what are you saying? We should leave?
I'm not saying anything. I'm merely making an observation.
What if it was Carrie?
Where is Carrie?
You're right. Wait.
You're right, Wickham. Is he able to do that?
What happened?
Whoa.
You don't
That was good
remember?
imagery. It's kind of like Inception, like.
Here goes.
Are we? Hold on. Is this? Was mine like this? No, you were in a...
He's like, I like this.
In a sharp suit. Stay close.
Yeah, Melanie been smoking the stuff from the elephant, man. You don't know what's in Melanie's head. It might be a vacancy. You are in a cave. Okay.
It's we're a game. I don't have time for games. Melanie!
Ahead of you is a door.
What do I...
Go through the door. No, look around first.
Is that the wolf in the wheelchair? Coming? What is that? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What is that? Once upon a time, he telling stories. There was a girl with no dreams. She lived in the great town. And she met a boy. Oh, his dream became her dream. Yeah, because that's what she talked about with Oliver last week. Except what he didn't realize was he already had a dream. Yeah, because she said she didn't have any dreams of her own. Who out here laughing? What you laughing about? I mean, you imagine hearing that like day and night. You probably would go crazy. All that banging. Oh. Did they hang themselves? And he's just walking by? Is he under the basket chattering?
the weapon.
What weapon?
To kill the monster.
David.
It's a weapon.
He's
That's
the
what I figured they were talking about.
The king is too powerful. No, we do not want his help. He cannot be trusted. He works.
Minds separated from bodies and minotaurs and mazes. You got a girlfriend? Yeah, I got one. Well, I got two, actually. Well, no, just one, but in two time periods, which raises the question, is it just
one?
Huh? I mean, people change, right? We change, so maybe she's different now. In the future.
What's your point, David?
The point is, I love her. Them.
Oh. I'm done. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying this like little last segment, but y'all. So that was Legion season 2, episode 3, chapter 11. So it was really. I mean, I feel like it's redundant to say that Legion is weird because it's just weird. So but you kind of learn and kind of get like a backstory a little bit of the monk. And I want to apologize. Like it's getting late, so the lighting is starting to leave. So I'm gonna try to hurry up. But you get a little bit of the backdrop of the monk, and just kind of see like when they actually got Farouk's body, and so that's over. Okay. So they when they actually got Farouk's body and they were guarding it, and it just kind of shows that like kind of one by one the monks were like going mad and like harming themselves. And so you had just this one monk. So that was kind of crazy. I guess who still has the secrets and knows where the body is, but he's not like he's not going to tell anybody where the body is. And then you see where like the contagion starts to spread, where other people are chattering, and then like they go into Ptonomy's head, and that was really interesting, as well as Melanie's. Like Melanie's was really interesting. And I don't know what the whole origin of the like Minotaur is, but you saw that again. And so like then like Carrie's found, guy Carrie found girl Carrie, and she has the contagion, and then he ended up disappearing, which I don't know what that's about. But what was interesting to me, like in the beginning, I feel like all these like monologues, or not monologues, but these like all these like little segments of narration really set up the tone for the episode and kind of what to be on the lookout for. And if you notice, like the little coffin that they buried Farouk in actually looks like an egg. So, and it looked like he was like trying to bust out of the egg when the monks were there, so like kind of like what it's been showing. So that was kind of crazy. And then like in the beginning, David saw this random cow, and then like the cow disappeared. So now everybody else is kind of seeing the cow. So is the cow actually real, or is it something David's creating in his head? So that was a big question too, because you saw at the beginning, it's like, okay, they were talking about conversion disorder, and talking about how you could have like a tick, and it's like actually mental, but it manifests something in the physical, and then it becomes a contagion where other people start catching it in a sense too. But it all starts from like one person's mental like mentally believing that they're sick, essentially like believing they have a sickness, and then it actually manifests an actual sickness, but it's not actual physical, it's like neurological. So hope I'm explaining that correctly, but if not, y'all are real smart people who be watching these like reactions and watching these television shows. So y'all comment below, let me know what you thought about that whole segment and like how that played out in the episode. So I really enjoyed that dialogue with you guys, but that's just kind of what I was seeing with it. So I'm wondering again, like if the cow was something that David was creating, and then as he's bringing people out of their like, I don't want to say delusion. I guess it, kind of is their delusion while they're like kind of trapped in their own minds. Like now they all see the cow. And so that's a little crazy. And then the monk is saying that David is the weapon to actually kill the Shadow King, but instead David is helping the Shadow King, and the monk knows that, and the monk will not disclose where the body is because he does not believe, which he rightly does not believe, like David's going to destroy the body, which David has no intention of destroying the body. So, then you got a little bit of David and the Shadow King kind of dialogue in this episode with Lenny as well. We didn't see Oliver at all, Miss Oliver, but it was like very interesting to see like the thoughts that people had going on in their head. So, and then like at the end, like David is going into Sydney's head. You see the monk killed himself. So I don't know how David is going to go and try to locate the body, Farouk's body now. But that whole dialogue with Farouk was really interesting as well. But yeah, that's my reaction, guys, to season 2, episode 3, chapter 11. So I will hopefully post this in the next week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. But if you did, make sure before you click off of this video, you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you share this video with anyone else who's watching Legion. And then before you leave, if you have not already, make sure you hit the red button below to subscribe to my channel. Completely free of charge. It just helps my channel out, you guys. And make sure you hit the bell next to it so you're notified when I upload future reactions and future sit-down videos. So again, guys, I thank you so very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I will see you in the very next one. Bye, guys.